I'm Max Beatty. I'm Nate the Effing Great.
And I'm the Squared Circle Podcast Heavyweight Champion Spencer Hart. And this is the Squared Circle Podcast.
Listen up, there's not a moment to spare. It's quite a drop from the top, so how you feeling down there? It's a cold, cruel, harsh reality. Caught, stuck here with your enemies. Who do you think you are?
All right, it is day 136 of the Never-Ending Squared Circle Podcast World Tour here on the Squared Circle Podcast, Spreaker.com, iTunes, Player.fm, PodDirectory.com, Stitcher.com, IWNerd.com, and also on Mr. Nate the Effing Great's YouTube page. Boys, how we doing today?
Hashtag gimmick infringement.
No longer gimmick infringement.
I was about to say that opening spiel's getting as long as Enzo's promo.
Yeah, and his talking as much as the Miz's promos, which is not a good thing.
You can fuck off.
I will when I put my fist through your face.
So we are going to be covering Hell in a Cell, just going through some results for those of you who did not get a chance to read up on Hell in a Cell if you did not watch it. If you did not watch it, it was okay. I mean, I want to get
passable.
to the... It was passable. Yes, it was much better than Clash of Champions.
Clash and burn, that's like to call
Not
it.
saying much.
We'll also get into some results from Monday Night Raw, also Smackdown Live, and then announce the future of the Squared Circle Podcast Heavyweight Champion. The championship, excuse me. Not me. I'm not going anywhere, I promise.
Adam Blampier botch. Ha ha.
So yeah, let's go over some Hell in a Cell results. The first match was, of course, the first Hell in a Cell match between Roman Reigns and Rusev.
With Hell in a Cell. I'm sorry. Done.
Okay, in all fairness, this match was pretty damn good.
It was good until the finish.
And no, I liked it. It really furthered, I think, this feud. As Max would put it,
Hell in a Cell is supposed to end a feud.
Yeah.
That's true.
That was my understanding, too. Because here's the thing. I definitely had high standards when it came to this. Because I thought, if they want this feud to end on a high note, definitely need to... And they had to do something really big with this Hell in a Cell matchup. And granted, they did a lot more than what I was even expecting. I mean, the whole Rusev doing the accolade to Roman Reigns on the steel steps and using the chain, that was a pretty damn good spot. I will not lie. I thought to myself, oh my God, they're actually going to have Roman Reigns' face disfigured almost as bad as John Cena's nose was last year. Sorry, I love bringing that up. But... Yeah, honestly, all in all, it wasn't a bad match, but at the same time, I was like, I had it up here, but it was only about maybe 2-3 points away from reaching it. It was not quite there yet, but I'm honest to God hoping that this rivalry between Roman and Rusev is over, and he can just move on.
From what we heard on, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, Raw Talk. Can't they just let SmackDown? Can't they just let SmackDown just have one thing good and not try to duplicate it? At this point, in my opinion, SmackDown is the A show. SmackDown has way better storylines, way better character development, better wrestling, and there's, I don't know. In my opinion, it really proves that 2 hours is the way to go, and we've said it on this show numerous fucking times that 3 hours is a lot for even the diehard wrestling fans to sit through.
Heath Slater is more over than Roman Reigns, and that is the funniest thing that I can ever think of.
That is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life. If you would have told me 2 years ago that Heath Slater was going to be more over than Roman Reigns, I'd have told you you're fucking nuts.
I would have said, what are you on, and can I have 2 of those? 2 years later... Holy shit, Roman's is a United States champion. Like, quite over. Mm-hmm. But Heath Slater is a tag team champion, and him and his kids section are more over than Roman Reigns probably has been in the last year.
Right.
And in a way, it's kind of beautiful since Heath Slater has always been that kind of weirdo, wacky jobber that a lot of us kind of fans seem to really gravitate towards. Mm-hmm. And now he's more over than Roman Reigns. In a way, it's really satisfying.
It is. The Wendy's chick from Nexus is getting more over than the suffering succotash boy.
That's what he's having two of. He's
Yes.
having two Baconators. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag could be sponsored.
Dana. Yeah, so after that, Bailey versus Dana, that happened. That happened. Yeah. That was essentially...
It wasn't god-awful.
No, I'm not saying it was god-awful. It's just that match did not belong on a pay-per-view.
No.
Yeah, that match should have been on the pre-show, and the match that was on the pre-show should have been on the main fucking card.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even think about that. The six-man tag team match.
Not bitter.
The Cruiserweight battle. That was a great match. That really was.
Well, I think that...
Personally, I thought it was only good, but I still think it should have been on the main card, especially if they want to hype the Cruiserweight division.
Right. And it sounds like WWE Network is going to be releasing a new show called the 205 Classic? What is it? 205 something.
What is that?
I honestly don't know.
I read it this morning.
I hadn't even heard about it.
205 show or something. It's on the network on Tuesdays.
Which is...
Well, actually, that's interesting. That'll be right after SmackDown.
Which is... I'm asking the same question over and over again. You're not giving an answer. What is 205?
Oh, that's the maximum weight for the cruiserweights.
So maybe it's like a behind breaking ground.
No, it sounds like it's going to be a 1 hour show to promote the cruiserweight division. That's what it
Maybe
sounds
they should
like.
just do that on fucking Raw.
They could do that, but they don't because they're stupid.
In a perfect world, Nate.
Hold on. I got an idea here. You said this is a 1 hour show, right?
Right.
Why not dedicate the middle hour of Raw to the cruiserweights?
I'd be happy with that, but you know,
if they're willing to do a 1 hour cruiserweight show anyway, hell, that means they don't have to, sequester this away in the network, and it means that they can have whatever team is working in the cruiserweights worry just about that, and they can cut the writing staff's worries down to 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Good work.
Yeah. A man can dream.
That's our catchphrase. Get
yes,
your own.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm no longer part of the club.
We should make the announcement that after a long, strongly anticipated request, Max and I have indeed patched things up. I have apologized for being a dick to him. I was a little hot-headed. Okay. So Max and I were cool. BD Club is back. Or, as Noel Foley likes to call it, the Anti-Spencer Club.
yeah, get a fucking room.
Oh, we will Noel Foley, so, yeah.
I do have a room. I'm in my bedroom.
So, alright. So, after that, I can't exactly remember the match card after that. Was the second
It was Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy versus the Club.
Okay, and I thought this match was very good. I think again it was a victory that the club really needed. And I can't remember. Adam Blampier really put it, perfectly. Enzo and Cass are unfucking touchable. They can make an obscure Toy Story reference, and they'll get cheered anywhere. And they showed it on Monday night when they came out in the Toy Story outfit. That was funny. That really was.
It's like a tortured Toy Story joke and made it gold.
Yeah. So these guys are untouchable.
They are. They're getting back on the high horse again, so that's good.
Yes.
Damn straight. They finally shook off the Raw curse.
This is true. This is very true.
That's what we'll call it, yes.
Yes. So the club picks up the victory against Enzo and Cass. Again, no damage to Enzo and Cass whatsoever. This was really just a victory that the club needed to kind of maintain where they are in the company. After that, it was the...
Hell in a Cell 2.
Hell in a Cell 2,
Owens
yes.
Rollins.
And, sweet merciful God.
Beautiful matchup.
I'm just picturing...
Excellent no DQs match.
That just happened to have.
Can I also state?
Sorry, I'm gonna hammer that one. I'm sorry.
They happen to have steel around it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, don't get me wrong. Was this a good match? Hell yes. That table spot was nice, but why was it hell?
Because Hell in a Cell now is that yearly pay-per-view that has to be put on, I guess.
Yeah.
No, but
although I will say this, that when we had the Hell in a Cell prediction deal, Spencer had the problem with me having Triple H getting involved. Obviously, when it was Chris Jericho, everybody turns a blind eye. Like, oh, Chris Jericho's in there? Okay, whatever. I mean, it's Chris Jericho. Whatever.
Let me say this.
Sure.
I again was not ecstatic. That I agree from a storyline standpoint that somebody getting involved with the match to help Kevin Owens makes the most sense. And really the most sense really was Chris Jericho because of the whole we're best friends gimmick going on, which I am thoroughly enjoying, by the way. I really do like the chemistry that Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens have.
Oh my God, they're the best characters. They're the most well developed. They have the most complexity. They're the funniest. They're the most likable. Oh God, they're doing it again. The heels are more likable than the faces.
Yeah.
Which we will talk about with Raw. But can we talk about the ending? Holy shit. That brutal pop-up powerbomb on Rollins through not one, but 2 steel chairs. How the fuck is Seth Rollins alive right now?
Yeah, and that spot looked... that bump looked nasty. I'm shocked that Seth was standing on Raw. I really was. you take a pop-up power bomb on 2 steel chairs, and oh God, like if I did that to Max, I'm pretty sure he'd explode.
Well,
okay now. Yeah, it probably would.
There you go.
Pile of bones.
I was about to say, we had this conversation with the wrestling chops too, where Spencer would be crying like a little baby, and Max would have probably spontaneously combusted after one chop.
Yeah.
Hey, I think I could. Hey, the first one would probably make my spine fly out, and then the second one would make me explode. Give me the second chop, man. Come on.
And all the credit again to you, Nate. You took God,
God, that was horrible.
Wisconsin Pro Wrestling. You took what, 7 chops to the chest?
8 chops to the chest.
I'd have quit after 4. That 4th one was, oh God.
You know who the worst one? The worst one was
Porn Stash.
It was totally the worst one was Brock Hall's, that epic chop that he had. I'm still feeling it right now. So Brock Hall, you deliver some mean chops, bro.
For those of you who don't know, he just walked up and tapped him on the chest.
Hey, it was a very mean tap, okay?
Yes.
It's not a love tap.
Very
So
mean tap.
But yeah, Kevin Owens retains against Seth Rollins. Good. We get on to what I was very disappointed, because the fucking crowd basically, I think the crowd was basically dead after this, was the whole Cruiserweight Championship matchup between T.J. Perkins and Brian Kendrick.
And this match should have gone on after the Roman Reigns-Seth Rollins match. Basically, this match and the Bayley-Dana feud should have been flip-flopped.
I agree.
Because you go through 2 separate Hell in a Cell matches, and then you've got another championship match. Ugh. You're lucky I was still awake for the women's match.
Here's the thing, though. With the crowd being dead, have you noticed every time they're on Raw,
I kind of have, actually.
Yeah.
It's stupid, because the Cruiserweight Classic, everybody was electric, everybody was happy, everybody was great. But it seems like Raw crowds now are just like, cruiserweights.
You also got to remember, though.
It up now.
You got to remember with the Cruiserweight division and the Cruiserweight Classic that the crowd for the Classic was a quarter of the size that it is for a standard Raw or SmackDown. So
that doesn't make a difference, though. They should be more loud. They should be more energetic.
But that's what I'm saying.
They should be more into it.
The people that are excited for the Cruiserweight Classic, they're there at Raw cheering, but there's this bigger, wide open space with a shit ton more people. So it sounds like the crowd is dead. I don't think